Hello and welcome back to Movies That Matter, the podcast where entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. This is your host, Chris Flaherty, here in the podcast studio at Burlington Cable Access Television. Last year marked the 30th anniversary of not one, but two beloved animated films released by Walt Disney Pictures. Today, we will start by discussing the first of the two, the cult classic, A Goofy Movie. It was released on April 7th, 1995, directed by Kevin Lima, from a screenplay written by Jim Magin, Chris Matheson, and Brian Pimentel. I apologize for mispronunciations. The film stars the voices of Bill Farmer, Jason Marsden, Jim Cummings, and Pauly Shore, of all people. And now I'd like to welcome back my guest today, who is here to talk about the film with me, John Vias, production assistant at Hull Community TV, former production coordinator here at Burlington Cable Access Television, and officially the third groomsman to be on the pod, fourth groomsperson overall. Hey, buddy.
It's great to be back.
Great to be back, yeah. Thanks for coming in. Of
course.
I've wanted to do this one with you for a few months now, and I'm sure you'll know why, but obviously last fall I was busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Weddings and such.
So let's get right into it. In your own words, can you tell us, what is this film about?
Okay, how do I describe it when so many people have already seen it? Let's see.
I know.
So we all know Goofy.
Yes.
We all know Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck's friend Goofy. It's about a father who is afraid of losing touch with his now teenage son named Max. And, Max is, I think he's a freshman, sophomore. He's in high school.
He's in high school, yeah.
And he is trying to impress a girl that he likes. It's the last day of school. He gets invited to a party, but then realizes that he can't go because his father has a surprise fishing trip planned for him, and it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, does not want to go on this trip with his dad.
Nope. But in time, the father and son both learn that familial bond matters.
Yeah, and Goofy's whole motivation for this trip is because just one line from Principal Mazer, who tells him his son might end up in the electric chair one day. Principal Mazer's unhinged.
Oh, yeah. Good old Wallace Shawn.
Good old Wallace Shawn, who's in both of these movies that we're talking about today.
Inconceivable.
So what was your relationship with Goofy prior to this film, I think? Is your favorite Disney character?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that my relationship with the character was through watching the old cartoons on the Disney Channel at my aunt's house way back when, fuzzy memory. But and just through various toys and books and other home video programs.
Awesome. Do you have any favorite Goofy shorts from back in the day?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good ones. I think out of the instructional how-to cartoons, I think my favorite one would have to be The Art of Skiing.
I was gonna say that. I think that's my favorite.
That's another one. I also like How to Fish.
How to Fish is a good one. There was one, I can't remember the name of it. It was I always remember it was the first short in. Do you remember I can't remember the name of the VHS collection. They were like bright neon colors.
Was it Walt Disney Cartoon Classics?
Yes, it was those, yeah. And I think it was like the vacation-themed one where Goofy and his son were not Max.
We're talking about Junior.
Junior, yeah. Back when Goofy had the alias of George Geef. And I just remember them going on vacation. I think the mountain lion was involved at some point.
And he's demonstrating how he once beat up a mountain lion in his prime.
And the only really distinct thing I remember is they're driving to try to find a hotel, and I just remember him saying, "No vacancy, no vacancy." That's the only memory I have of that cartoon.
Oh, the best the ones where he's a father. Those in my opinion are some of the best.
Which really blows my mind, and we'll get into how the public received this movie when it first came out, but how people didn't really understand that Goofy has always been a father figure. This wasn't new.
No.
But, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you were 2 when this movie came out. Do you remember, how you first learned about it?
I think through a video rental. There was a small little mom and pop shop in my hometown that we used to that we would go to all the time. I didn't grow up with Blockbuster, but I had Countryside Video.
Sweet.
And that is where I watched a Goofy movie for the first time.
Really cool.
And I remember watching it with my father.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I didn't but I was still very, very young, and my memory on that is also a little fuzzy, but I would catch it on TV like a couple years later and more times down the road. It was also one of the first DVDs I ever purchased.
Nice.
Yeah.
What really sticks out with you when you watch a Goofy movie? Not just the first time, because obviously you were very young, but just any time you watch it. Oh,
every time I watch it, I'm always like any animated film, I'm always trying to look for something new that I missed, or something that has passed me the first 100 or so times I've seen it. What's really eye popping about a Goofy movie, and this is the same. I can also say the same about the short films we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Thinking back on shorts like Motor Mania and Freeway Phobia, I'd say the background designs, they art museum paintings. They look very, very polished up. Well, actually, polished up isn't the word. Very
they're very detailed.
Yeah, incredibly detailed. And I'd say another side of Goofy's personality that we had never seen prior, not even in Goof Troop.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This film, and it's even what Kevin Lima has said, he wanted to add dimension to Goofy.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like. I think all these characters, there's always going to be something in their personality that just hasn't been unleashed yet.
Yeah,
like the Mickey Mouse shorts of the 2010s, or a Goofy movie.
Yeah. Oh, the shorts we can talk about the shorts in the 2010s in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Any characters you particularly connect with in this film? Do you have any favorites or ones you really sympathize with?
I saw a lot of Max in myself. Specifically in my adolescent years, because I've always had a very good relationship with my father, and I still do to this very day. He's not goofy. he can be goofy at times when necessary, but he is also a very practical man. I feel like Max in the sense where he is now growing up to be his own person, and he's trying to distance himself from anything that's, for lack of a better term, it's the 90s, uncool.
Yeah. This film is very 90s coded.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
1995.
And as Mark Elliott says in the trailer, it's hard to be cool when your dad is goofy.
Yes. Writes itself.
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched this a lot with your dad throughout the years?
A few times with him. I'd throw on a Disney movie or, whatever was on TV, and my parents would just come down and watch some of it and just go elsewhere if they were bored.
Did your parents instill your love of Disney on you? Did they pass their love of Disney down onto you?
Something. My parents didn't have that same kind of love for Disney that my brother and I had growing up. I don't even know if they saw any of the movies that were re-released to theaters, throughout the 60s and 70s and 80s. But I don't think I ever asked them about that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched a Goofy movie with my father. My mother took me to see it in the theaters, but they didn't really instill it or pass it on to me, but they definitely fostered it. And I don't know if my father, he used to work at the old Boston Garden. And there were a lot of Disney on Ice shows back in the day there. So I think that is how, I guess, for lack of a better word, they instilled love of Disney on me, because I saw a lot of Disney on Ice shows. And my mother will tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I think I saw Beauty and the Beast on ice before I saw the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I was thinking Goofy movie was never on ice.
But speaking of Disney on Ice, just sidebar, the first Disney on Ice show I can actually remember going to this was around the same time a Goofy movie came out, and I think I went to this show before I saw the movie. But my late grandfather at the time took me to I don't even know the venue it was at, or I couldn't tell you for the life of me what town it was in.
Maybe you don't think Boston, or
it could have been Boston.
I know around here it's always been. I guess they don't do it in the Garden anymore, which is sacrilegious in my opinion. But
But my grandfather lived in New Hampshire at the time, I think my father will probably correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But I remember the show. It was one of those shows where they'll cross over, different popular titles, and they'll skate, and they'll just show scenes. And this one, because I still have the program booklet, Max is in training to be a sorcerer.
Oh.
He's aiding Mickey, but something happens, and now he's traveling through different stories, and he's like Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Jungle Book, Dalmatians.
Was it 100 Years of Magic?
No, this was still 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know the 100 Years of Magic campaign didn't start until 2000.
Okay, that's the one I distinctly remember that was like a hodgepodge of all of them.
Yeah, they still do shows like that to this day. But I remember, because in the program booklet, there was, you see like the costume characters. There's Goofy and Max in their Goof Troop attire.
Oh, okay.
And there's one, and in the table of contents for the final act, I can read, like, the tagline says, "Goofy and Max learn how to see eye to eye."
That's almost as bad as I saw one in 2017, and it was like another one of those medley of all different ones, and the first half was frameworked as the emotions from Inside Out, and like Riley's getting ready for a game, and Anger goes like, "We need to remind Riley how to be a beast." And you know who came out right after that, and I cringed so hard, but I'm like, I can't leave. I paid to be here, so Disney on Ice. It's just not what it used to be anymore.
No, yeah. Sorry, I got a little.
I know we went on a Disney on Ice tangent, but that's fine. Who among the voice cast really sticks out to you?
Oh well, we can't talk about a Goofy movie's voice cast without Bill Farmer.
Bill Farmer, Disney legend.
Who is still providing the voice of Goofy to this very day.
And almost didn't for this movie, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
First Jeffrey Katzenberg originally said, pitched Steve Martin as Goofy. And then, this is crazy how they sort of like used reverse psychology on Jeffrey Katzenberg. So like, all right, Bill, just re-record these lines, but don't do the voice. Just do your regular voice. And they showed that to Katzenberg, and he's like, yeah, just go back and do the Goofy voice. So, crazy how Goofy almost just sounded like a normal guy.
Yeah, I can't picture Steve Martin's voice coming out of that mouth.
No, but Bill Farmer he's our Goofy. Like, he's our generation's Goofy.
Oh, yeah.
No disrespect to anyone that came before him, but like when we hear Goofy, that's who we hear.
Oh yeah, Pinto Colvig is an absolute legend.
Yeah, of course,
always will be.
That's the OG, right? The original Goof.
Oh yeah.
Is Pauly Shore the most out of pocket Disney casting ever for an animated movie? I was racking my brain trying to think, like, is there anything that comes close to it?
No, honestly, I couldn't think of a better actor to pick for this role.
It works.
Bobby, it does work.
It works. You're just like, that's Pauly Shore in a movie about Goofy.
Yeah, and I'm still like, I know Pauly Shore did a lot of like those
Biodome or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He always struck me as like that. I don't know too much about him.
Neither do I.
Teen Beach.
Yeah.
Thing,
that, like, he was an outrageous. He was like a stoner. He was part of the stoner comedy generation.
Yeah, during the era of like Carrot Top.
Yeah, I think the only one that comes close, the two that I think of coming close to like most out of pocket, and really they're only one of them's only out of pocket because of hindsight, but it's Roseanne in Home on the Range.
Oh yeah,
which was fine back then.
It works.
And he's not even like a controversial figure. It's just weird that Bobcat Goldthwait is Pain in Hercules. But I digress. We really got to shout out Jim Cummings in this movie too.
Yes. Among like all the voices he does, we know him as Pooh Bear, but we also know him as Pete.
Yeah, Pete, and he does a really great job as Pete in this movie.
Yeah, he really like gave Pete like a new side of his personality, as opposed to the villain. In the old Mickey cartoons.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that when we get to a few questions down the line. But yeah, Jim Cummings is great in this. Jason Marsden is obviously great in this movie.
Oh yeah,
Rob Paulson as PJ never misses.
Yeah,
and shout out to my wife for watching the Not a Goof documentary, and she was like, wait, an old man played PJ? I'm like, that's a voice acting legend, dear. And wait till you find out who voices Carl Weezer and Jimmy Neutron. Good stuff. Oh, it was this very next question. What are some of your favorite scenes or moments from the film?
Oh, there's so many
I know,
quotable lines.
Let's just go through the movie, honestly.
Yeah, so I like when Max wakes up from the dream sequence in the opening. Well, first, actually, because I used to just read it out loud on screen when I was a kid with the opening titles. A movie.
Yeah.
A Goofy movie.
And I love that that's become like a meme. Like, oh man, I just need a regular movie tonight. Oh, damn it.
But when he wakes up, I see a fun little Easter egg. He's got like that old-fashioned Mickey Mouse phone from the 80s.
Do you still have yours?
Yes, not that specific one, but it was a gift from my grandmother. It was like the 70th anniversary one from the late 90s.
I don't have my old one, but shout out to Brad Bond for giving me his.
Yeah, I also have a Goofy telephone too from the same era.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I used to get scared and fast forward through the nightmare sequence as a child. And now it's just hilarious.
Oh, yeah. In the After Today musical number, and I actually, because I rewatched it the other night, and I noticed when he gets to the slow part where he goes, "She looked right through me, and who could blame her?" And he's looking at the record store, and I'm noticing just all these different like advertisements for different genres of music.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite lines from that one is when the bus driver says, "I'm gonna sit on my butt."
I was a little down with the textbooks and with the comics.
Oh yeah, straight up, just Star Trek nerds with the one kid wearing the blue shirt and just looks spot on like Leonard Nimoy.
Yes. and literally just any dialogue that comes out of Bobby's mouth. Just die laughing every time. We're busted.
A little smokage. Ow, woo, woo.
So good. I mean, obviously, Eye to Eye, the whole Eye to Eye sequence.
Anything with any scene with Powerline in it, or Max dressed up like Powerline.
Yes. I love Mickey and Donald's brief little cameo.
Could never forget that.
Could never forget it. I think low-key my favorite scene is, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, is the hot tub scene. Which sounds weird out of context, but I'm talking about a Goofy movie, folks.
Oh yeah, no, I know where this is going.
Yeah, where Pete overhears Max and PJ talking about the plan for the map, and then he goes to tell Goofy, and Goofy obviously doesn't believe him.
Yeah,
and that's what I think where Jim Cummings and Bill Farmer really shine and add dimension to these characters.
Yeah, it's like Goofy's not just Goofy.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably the one time, I think, where Pete is actually trying to, like, look out for Goofy's best interests.
Yeah.
And he's right. Like, he is in the right in that scenario, because Max has duped his father, and Goofy just doesn't want to see it.
Yeah.
So, I always love that scene, because it's character development.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I like the aftermath of when Goofy does open up his glove compartment and sees that he switched the map to L.A.
Yeah,
and then they pull over on like the side of a cliff, and then Goofy still has to be Goofy, or no, it was Max who kicks the wheel. Goofy left the car in neutral.
Yes,
and then the car starts rolling down the hill and it's just jumping off the big rocks, and they're arguing. I don't get like how no human being could yell like that with like all that air and wind coming right at you.
The music is also incredible in that sequence, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even... There's one scene that I still just... I don't know why, but I cringe every time I watch it. And it's not the Lester's Possum, like, actual show. It's the one where he, like, dances with Max in front of everyone. I still cringe after all these years.
Oh, God. That reminds me of a story. I went to the Cape with my family. I was probably 13, 14 years old, and like when you're just starting like the teenage years of your life, so just everything sucks.
Yeah.
But we went to a baseball game, just like a local baseball game in town, and then like I was in a mood, but my dad somehow lured like the guy in the giant moose costume to just sit next to me and make me feel uncomfortable.
Incredible. We've shared a few quotes already. Any quotes that like live rent free in your head?
It's the Leaning Tower of Chisa.
Yes. This is anything Bobby says,
or like speak back to when Lester starts Dance with Max. When Max like slaps the costume head, spins around, and he goes, "Beat it, doofus!
Beat it, doofus!" There's so many other ones. Oh, well, I just learned last night that Xavier Cugat, the Mambo King, is a real person.
Oh, this whole time I thought that was a joke.
No, he's a real person.
Xavier Cugat, the Mambo King.
He's real. He's real. He's the king of Mambo. Just anything. Yeah, anything Bobby says. Dance with her. Groove with her.
I like the one kid in the audience when they're at the assembly, and Stacy is up there talking. Who I don't know if you're familiar with an old comedian named Julie Brown.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, she did some novelty records in the 80s that my dad introduced me to, like, maybe a little too early in my life, but
that's okay.
She did songs like called "'Cause I'm a Blonde" and "The Homecoming Queen's Got a Pew Pew."
And who voices the? I think it's the Star Trek kid that calls out to
her.
Yeah,
he's like, "Yo, Stacy, talk to me, baby."
And do you know who that is?
I don't think so. Pauly Shore?
Dante Bosco.
Dante Bosco.
Lord Zuko himself.
Oh, from Avatar: The Last Airbender? Oh,
Rufio from Hook. Yeah.
I did not know that. It's been quite a minute since I've seen Hook.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Zuko right there. I just learned last night that E.G. Daly voices the little girl that gives Pete a hard time at the photo booth.
Oh, Tommy Pickles?
Yeah, Tommy Pickles.
Buttercup?
Yeah, when I heard her like screaming for the doll, I was like, wait, that's Tommy Pickles. Yeah. So see, we're still learning new stuff about this movie.
Speaking of that, Goofy just works a job as just a mall photographer.
Well, we know. I mean, Goofy has a different job every week.
I think this one we've never seen before. I thought that was I thought that was fun. I also noticed like all the different pictures of the kid of like all the different professional photos on the wall are basically just like baby Mickey and baby Minnie.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to look at that again. And I think it's a nice juxtaposition to have him be a mall photographer with children because, like, we see that he is good with kids, and he's struggling right now with his own. Yeah.
Yeah, so. He's longing for, the good old days.
Yeah. Take his boy fishing. Favorite songs from the movie?
Oh, that's a tough one. They're all good. So, but besides the two Powerline songs, I think my favorite one, with On the Open Road, I have to play that like every road trip.
Yes.
And then like my girlfriend will just look at me and then she'll just put her head down and laugh.
What does Mary think of a Goofy movie?
Oh, she loves it.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
Ashley loves it too. She loves it. I think she loves an extremely Goofy movie more, which, we'll get into the sequel later.
That's valid. I like it too.
Yeah. I might get in trouble here. I don't really like it that much.
That's also valid.
Like, it's fun. It has a lot of good music, a lot of good moments, but like I think the last time I watched it, I was like, Max, you've learned nothing.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off.
I was wondering what happened to Roxanne. There was no, goodbye moment between them.
Well, you know how some of those Disney sequels are. They're like, all right, we'll just forget some of those characters happened.
Yeah.
In all the times you've watched this film through the years, is there any specific viewings that stick out in your memory, like watching it at a certain time with a certain person?
I think this is a good time to mention the Coolidge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So last year, John and I went to a D23 event at the Coolidge Corner Theater in Brookline where they did a special 30th anniversary screening of a Goofy movie where me and John were packed into a theater with a bunch of Disney nerds. And it was wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. There were like it was full of like millennials and just people just introducing the movie to their own children.
Yep.
And just like Disney adults and anybody you could think of. Yep.
And there was Goofy's car was inflated and they were just throwing it around the theater on the open road.
Yeah, I loved how that was an interactive experience, and I still haven't seen Rocky Horror on the big screen yet.
They gave us glow sticks.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what else.
A map.
They gave us the map.
We were supposed to place stickers on the map in certain areas, but
I put the stickers on when I got home.
I haven't done that yet. I was like, oh, how about I watch the movie again, and this will be a little fun activity I can do with Mary.
They gave us pins, too. Trying to think what else. They had Lester outside for us to take a picture with.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Lester's Possum Park pennant.
Mm-hmm.
That was, yeah.
Yep. Eye to eye. The theater went nuts during Eye to Eye. Some people got up and tried to do the perfect cast. Keyword tried.
Yeah.
It's okay. Not all of us can do it. I can't. That's why I didn't go up there. I just want on the record that if John and I did participate in the trivia, we would have crushed them all.
There was trivia?
Yeah, there was in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think we showed up halfway through that.
Yeah. And it was, we didn't want to smoke them too bad.
No.
But was that your first time seeing it on the big screen? Because I know you said you were only 2 when it came out.
Yeah, it's funny. Like in 1995, like my dad took me to see Pocahontas, took me to see Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
The Goofy movie. I don't think I saw a Goofy movie in the theater at that point.
Wow. So what was that like seeing it on the big screen?
That was incredible because like I'm always longing to see the classic Disney movies, on the biggest screen possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too bad they don't. Like they still do that, but they never do that with
there's always the same ones.
Yeah, but like I do appreciate that they're doing it with a lot of like 90s cult classics deep cuts like this one and Hocus Pocus.
Yes. Yeah.
And The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I remember when the big 100th year and they re-released a lot of movies in the theater. But it was like all the ones we've seen all the time, like Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Incredibles, Pirates of the Caribbean.
All very good movies.
Yeah, no, I will take any opportunity to see Beauty and the Beast and the Lion King on the big screen again.
Absolutely.
So, but it would have been, thankfully they did something awesome like this for us.
Yeah.
So how do you think this film is a reflection of your tastes just in movies and stories?
Well, I've always been a sucker for anything that has that's 80s culture, 90s culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I grew up on,
right.
70s. But I think a Goofy movie, it's definitely shown how much fun you can have with a cartoon character that's usually known through like short subjects and like half hour or like a half hour television series.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we haven't seen anything like that really since.
No, not really.
No.
I was trying to think of is there any other character who really grew up with shorts and kind of evolved on screen in a feature film?
Yeah.
The Peanuts? The Peanuts movie was still very fundamentally Charlie Brown.
Yeah, as were a boy named Charlie Brown and Snoopy Come Home.
Not the Garfield movie.
No, not.
I'm talking about the one with Chris Pratt.
Oh no, neither of those versions.
Yeah. So no, I don't think any Disney character has received treatment like this.
Yeah. However, I love that nowadays, as us and all the other kids that grew up loving a Goofy movie,
mm-hmm.
it's now become the same kind of pop cultural phenomenon that, let's say, The Little Mermaids was in 1989 or that The Lion King was in 94.
Yeah.
It was just maybe 20 years late, but better late than never.
Yeah, there was this big cultural resurgence because originally it wasn't well received when it came out. I think it came in second place at the box office its opening weekend, and I think they started pulling it from theaters early, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
When you're wow, Disney, this is Goofy. This is your one of your top 3 characters.
Yeah.
But I guess after Katzenberg left, they just kind of saw it as, let's just get it out and get it over with.
Yeah, I heard the release, the release date got pushed back.
Yes.
Because Katzenberg was being difficult to work with.
He was very difficult to work with, but I guess after Eisner gave him the boot, they kind of realized oh, he was a sourpuss, but he was really looking out for us.
Yeah, and now he's got DreamWorks to prove it.
And it's funny when you hear that because he wasn't really big on animation when he first came to Disney.
Yeah.
So it's funny how life works out sometimes. Why do you think the movie, in your opinion, didn't do well when it first came out?
This is all from my own assumption.
This is just your opinion. Yeah.
But I feel people viewed this as a movie being made for the kids that were watching the Disney afternoon. After all, it is Goof Troop the movie.
Yes, they did kind of like reboot Goof Troop with this. They took away like all the supporting characters, but yeah.
Yeah. I would say that I couldn't really think of anything else. Maybe because it got pushed back, they had to re-release The Lion King in its place.
Yeah, I do think that has a lot to do with it. Like it
Yeah.
was sandwiched between The Lion King and Pocahontas,
Yeah.
which are very like prestigious, like mature stories, and then you just have Goofy trying to connect with his son. So I don't know if people saw it as like lower form. And then I thought maybe like, oh, maybe they went into a Goofy movie expecting like a 45-minute short where he tries to do something and bumbles around for 45 minutes, and they didn't expect like this heartfelt story.
Yeah, that's probably what they expected, or maybe,
It's nice to see that everyone has kind of been like, okay, we got it wrong. This
Yeah.
is great. So, favorite pieces of trivia from the film, or like little Easter eggs that not everyone might notice?
let's see. We talked about the Mickey Mouse phone.
Yep.
Mickey can also be seen in the audience of the L.A. Powerline concert towards the end of the movie.
Yes. I love that Mickey Mouse is a Powerline fan.
Yeah, hey, it is a spin-off of Mickey Mouse technically.
It is.
I would also say in the hotel room where he sits on the waterbed. I cannot believe that was a thing for
Yeah.
however long it was around for.
Mm-hmm.
But the lamp, the mermaid on the lamp really resembles Ariel.
Yep.
Oh, in the song "Nobody Else But You," the one when they're
Yeah, they're
in the
bonding.
river, and the car's floating.
Mm-hmm.
There are two chipmunks on the tree, like on one of the trees, one of the branches.
Yes.
I don't think that's Chip and Dale, but they look a lot like Chip and Dale.
I think it's definitely, yeah, they're trying to like pay homage to them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the little girl that sounds like Tommy Pickles at the photo booth, her outfit is very akin to Donald Duck's in color and stuff and style.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So I don't know if that was intentional or not. Nothing else I can really remember. Just gives me an excuse to watch again.
Big time.
Yeah. So let's get to it. Thoughts on an extremely goofy movie?
It's not perfect.
Yep, fair.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I did, watch it around like the time I graduated high school and was ready to go to college. I rewatched it then.
Mm-hmm.
Just to amp me up and get me excited that I was leaving for college.
Nice.
The way I like that Goofy, PJ, and Bobby are still good friends.
Yeah.
After all that time, I like that somehow they got accepted into the same school, and now
Yes.
they're cruising down there together. Already have their roommate situation planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And Max has always been known to be a little athletic because in the first movie he's skateboarding home from school,
Yeah.
doing all these cool tricks, jumping over fences, just like storming through people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the X Games part of it, where he enters the X Games, I think
Yeah.
that makes sense with with Max's character.
And it's very the whole X Games sequence is very exciting.
Yeah, makes it very obvious that Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah. It's a backdoor promotion for the X Games, but
Yes.
it's a fun promotion for the X Games. Love the music in the second one. I think the animation is really good. I think very expressive sometimes. I will always remember Goofy first coming into the lecture hall and Max's extreme freak-out face.
with the afro.
Yeah, and the afro.
And just the disco jumpsuit.
The disco jumpsuit. Just another thing, I think this really gave me a better appreciation of old music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Shake Your Groove thing and back to where we started from.
yeah.
Oh, I like his girlfriend, the librarian, in that
Yes.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched it with Mary a few years ago, and while they were on the dance floor dancing to Shake Your Groove thing, Mary said to me, "See, I really like this. I like that it shows that you can go back to school no matter how old you are."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can. As the job placement woman says, you're never old to learn a new trick.
Exactly,
Yeah. So definitely one of the better direct-to-video Disney sequels,
for sure.
and one of the more unhinged direct-to-video Disney villains. Good old Bradley Uppercrust III. All right, so as a big Disney fan like me, at movies and parks, do you think a Goofy movie needs more, less, has just enough representation in the parks?
There's no straight answer for that. Like Max has been around in the parks, like just on and off for years, ever since Goof Troop was still running. Yeah. And now at like Disney World and Disneyland, we get those nostalgia nights,
90s nights. Yeah.
So I think there's a good. I think we have an okay amount of park representation there, in my opinion.
What did you think of that whole like fan push to refurbish Rock and Roller Coaster to be like Max and Goofy getting to the Powerline concert?
I like that. I like the idea a lot, but that also conflicts with my excitement for it as a ride based off of Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how that's going to go. I'm sad that it is the cause of that happening is the death of Muppet Vision.
But I think a ride like that for Powerline would fit perfectly in probably somewhere around like Toontown at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You could even do like a mini Splash Mountain type thing with the car on the water.
Oh yeah, big time.
Even though that is a very like harrowing scene.
Yeah.
Which even as a child, and I forgot to mention this earlier, even as a child when Goofy was falling, in my like 6 or 7, oh God, I can't believe I just did that.
It's okay.
In my adolescent mind,
you were either 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly. I said to myself, he's survived worse falls than this.
He has.
He's gonna be fine. But anyway, how do I recover from that? Here's how. Any favorite pieces of a Goofy movie merchandise in your collection? Because I know you save a lot like I do.
Let's see. There is actually it's not like specifically from the movie itself, but it really holds a dear place in my heart. There's a picture book that we get that I forget how it came about, but I think we got it from my father for Father's Day.
Dude, is it the one where Max and Goofy go to the beach?
Yeah.
Dude, I still have mine too.
So do I.
I love that book. That book holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, the illustrations, like so
it's beautiful, right?
So like my dad insists that he holds on to that book. But like, sometimes I'll go over there and I just have to look through the pages because the illustrations, they look exactly like a background, like a piece of background art in the movie.
Dude, I'm so happy you have that book.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Building 19. That's where I think I got mine. I still have that, and totally random. It's in the similar vein. It's a father and son storybook, but it's Sylvester and
Sylvester Jr.
Yeah, Sylvester Jr.
I haven't heard of this one.
Next time I go over to Mom's house, I'll take a picture and send it to you. But yeah, I'm so happy you have that book. I think everything that we got from the Coolidge that day is really my my major Goofy movie merchandise. Oh, I have Bill Farmer and Jason Marsden's autographs. I guess that counts.
Oh yeah, I've got Bill Farmer's autograph as well.
Mm-hmm. I have Bill autographed. It's a 8x10 of that typical the Gold Collection DVD art where they're on the purple sky. They're on the river, and then I had Jason actually autograph a picture of Thackeray Binks for Ashley. So
nice.
Also, just great guys to meet. Honestly.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. I got a photo with Jason at Rhode Island Comic Con in 2018. Great guy. I didn't know I was going to be taller than him. Yeah,
I mean, no shade, but
absolutely
he is a short king.
No disrespect at all. He is a legend.
He is a legend. He even tried to teach me the perfect cast for a minute.
He said to me, I'm going, after this, I'm flying down to whatever state I'm going to go see Billy. He is my dad after all.
Yep. And I just learned last night he's in Full House.
Oh yeah, so he's made some guest appearances in like Full House and in Boy Meets World, and he was a regular on a few seasons of Step by Step. Yeah,
I can't remember.
Ask Robert.
I can't remember the name of his character from Full House, but we were watching the documentary last night, and Ashley goes, "Wait, so and so is the voice of Max?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I think.
I don't remember who he was in Full House. I know he wasn't one of the regulars.
I don't know. How many physical copies of this movie do you have?
Just 3. I've got the original VHS from '95.
Yes.
I've got the Gold Classic Collection DVD from 2000 that I've had since 2000.
Nice.
And the Disney Movie Club exclusive.
I was wondering if you had that.
Bare Bones Blu-ray.
I wish I had that. The only physical copy I have is the original VHS. I don't know why I never made an effort to buy it on DVD.
You can still find it for some reason. Like that and Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas are like the 2 Gold Classic DVDs that are still in circulation.
I might have to look and find them. I do have like the Blu-ray DVD combo of Once Upon a Christmas with Twice Upon a Christmas. One of those discs doesn't get played a lot.
I think I can assume which one it is.
Yep. Which also weirdly connects to a Goofy movie.
Yeah, they both do actually.
Yeah, because
let's talk about Once Upon first.
Yeah, Once Upon, which I do love that segment.
Yeah,
where Max is like his faith is tested in Santa.
Yeah, and Goofy's really trying to keep Max's Christmas spirit alive.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Contrast to Twice Upon, where it's essentially he comes home from college with new Roxanne. I don't remember her name.
It's Mona.
Mona.
I know why, because
okay.
this is one that Mary likes to watch every year too. So we watch them back to back each year.
And it's not even like a full short. It's just like a little music video sequence.
It's literally a music video for a song that only played on Radio Disney, I think 2 or 3 times.
Of course it did.
It's like who was listening to AM radio back then?
Yeah. But I do love that somehow the Goofy movie continuity thrived all the way up to 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we touched a little bit on the documentary, Not Just a Goof. I know you've seen it. What are some of your key takeaways when you first watched it?
That it can take a lot out of a person's passion project to really create something, really special. Mm-hmm. Like those videos that Kevin Lima would record of himself as a Goofy movie was being developed.
Yes.
And then he's just it's like his personal vlogs of the time, before the era of vlogs.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and he's talking Lion King is is big on the cover of this magazine, and my page only gets 2 sentences on this page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His little captain's log to the to the animators, because I think he was out of the country at the time and he was sending them notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I think it's cool that they hired people in France to work on this project.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the story about the D23 panel when they stuck them in a tiny little room because they didn't think anyone was going to come for the 20th anniversary panel of a Goofy movie, and then it ended up being standing room only.
Yeah,
and that was awesome.
What I love how mind blown the cast was.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had any idea how big of a cult following. Because even Rob Paulson said himself, I never understood the depth of love for this movie.
Yeah, I don't think nobody did.
Yeah.
It was our generation growing up with it that really kept it alive.
And now it's got the same kind of, must-watch family movie status as Snow White or Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm. And Disney is still for lack of a better phrase, capitalizing on it.
Oh yeah.
You go into Box Lunch, how many Powerline shirts are you going to see?
How many Box Lunch how many of those Loungefly backpacks do you see too? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that they're still acknowledging it in some way. I do love, I love the whole when they're telling the story, the production story, they're using Goof Troop style rough animation. And little Jeffrey Katzenberg Goof Troop style animation.
They really got him spot on in that.
Goof Troop style Jeffrey Katzenberg can't hurt you. Goof Troop style.
It's
I want to see the heart.
He looks like Goofy's other son.
Yeah.
but all grown up.
He looks like a boss that Goofy had in one episode. I can't remember which one. I'm sure there was one where
could I.
Goofy had like a tiny boss with like a big temper.
He's like Goofy's own Mr. Spacely or Mr. Slate.
Yes, exactly. I caught myself getting emotional watching this documentary last night when one of the filmmakers was like telling the story about how the Goofy movie like meant so much to him. About how his like father and his mother separated for 2 years, and his mother, him and his father watched movies a lot, and then after his parents separated, movies became an escape for him. And then there was this one line, I have it right here. My mom brought home a VHS tape that changed my life forever, and like just how a Goofy movie helped him like cope with separation from his father and helped him understand what his father was going through.
It's amazing what like one small animated movie could do. Like my own father himself, when he listened to the Roger Rabbit episode we did a couple summers ago, he pretty much said the same thing. Like I had no idea like a movie like that could stick with a person.
Yeah, and this is why I do this show.
Yeah,
honestly,
like a Goofy movie on the topic of connecting on like how it's connecting people with their fathers. This wasn't something huge that my dad and I bonded over outside of the book, but every time I watched it, it was a little reminder. Hey, go check up on your dad and see what's going on with him.
Yeah, I know. Cherish your mom and dad while you have them.
Yeah,
while they're here with us. Absolutely. Some rapid fire questions. If you were to make, I'll call it another Goofy movie, what story would you tell?
Oh, I don't know. Like, what story would there be to tell?
The only one, and I'm not going to take credit for it because I'm sure like thousands of people have pitched it, is like Max is a father now and he's trying to connect with his son, and like Goofy is sort of like the middle ground. Grandpa Goof.
It could be. That could work.
You can't do Goofy and Max having a riff again. Like you just can't do that again.
You can't. It's just like with all these 90s cult classics, they get sequels like 30 years later, and it's just not the same.
Yeah. I don't know. You probably can't do another one, honestly.
No, I wouldn't like, even as a Disney Plus original, I couldn't see that happening.
Or you could do a movie where it's PJ and Pete having a riff and trying to connect.
I want to know how Pete's divorce happened.
Oh yeah, what happened to Peg?
Yeah,
and why, Pistol?
Why did she only take? Oh, you know what? PJ probably wasn't her biological kid.
Oh my god. Oh man, too deep. Oh. Okay, next rapid fire question. If the best animated feature Oscar existed back in the 90s, do we think there's any chance a Goofy movie would have been nominated? Think about what came out that year. Yeah,
I think given what we learned in the documentary and how it was received by critics, and given, everything that came out around the time, if for best song, if Colors of the Wind can beat out You've Got a Friend in Me, I think anything's possible.
Yeah. I definitely know what movie would have won Best Animated Feature if that category was around that year. And we'll get to that very soon.
What, Casper?
Oh, yeah. Does that count as anime?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
Plot twist. This is actually a two-parter about a Goofy movie and Casper. What do you think allows audiences to connect with a Goofy movie?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's atmospheric tone. I think it's got some great some just powerful, no pun intended, music that will either tug at your heartstrings or will make you want to rock out. And then when you look back, it just reminds you of a good time.
Yeah. And
it's a way to teach you not to take life too seriously.
Yeah.
Parents and grandparents are they're gonna do things to embarrass you.
Yeah.
And you're trying to look cool in front of people who you have no idea if they're still gonna be your friends at that point.
Yeah. I can't wait till when you and I have kids and we can show this movie to our kids.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm wondering what. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so many movies I can't wait to show my kids someday.
Oh yeah.
How would you pitch this movie to like the 10 to 15 people that haven't seen it?
Oh, how do you do that? Oh, you know Goofy? You've been to Disney World, right? I'm not sure.
You think you know Goofy? You don't.
Like, I think it'd be easier to pitch it to like a smaller, like a little kid who really only knows Mickey through, like, let's say Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or the parks, and then like, oh yeah, and then he gets older. I'm like, oh yeah, here's Goofy. You're not too old for this character.
Yeah, like you wait until they're a little older to appreciate it more.
Yeah.
But
then again, it's like the old cartoons I was watching at that age, so I think, like, who knows? It depends on the kid.
Yeah. Total tangent. It's so weird that now you either get Goofy as like just, regular basic Goofy in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or you get the dirty hobo in the 2010 shorts.
That just shows you a range of Bill Farmer's acting talent.
I know. I wonder, I'm like, everybody else in those shorts is still true to their original characters, and Goofy is just a dirty hobo for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thought process was there.
It's like, it's weird, but it's like what really makes those shorts shine, I believe, is the writing style.
They did. A lot of them are funny.
Yeah, when you think, like, people, some of the crew that worked on SpongeBob in the early days were were animators and writers on these Mickey Mouse shorts.
Yeah, no, it's not my favorite, but I just rewatched Duck the Halls over Christmas. Did you know that one?
That one's not my favorite.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like you can't tell me Donald Duck's never celebrated Christmas before.
Yeah, exactly, and.
Whoever wrote that has never walked into a Disney store before in the month of December.
Listen, I know Alan Young is no longer with us, but you couldn't have just asked David Tennant to play Scrooge for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That threw me, but also, yeah, like, oh, if Donald stays north for the winter, he'll go feral and die.
What?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I took us on another tangent, but as we wrap up this, John, why does a Goofy movie matter to you?
I would say that it matters to me because, and especially given with the documentary, I'll mention again, how it was poorly received by critics. I think it matters to me because, a movie should not be judged by, what Siskel and Ebert say or what, or what what anybody on YouTube says or Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that. I think, you should see it with your own eyes, express your love or distaste for it from your own perspective, which everybody who loved it when they were little kids have now grown up with it. And it really shows that it's like it was a diamond in the rough.
Yeah. Dude, that's it. That's the show. That's the movies that matter right there.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like the Oscars I think, being nominated for an Oscar, I understand that is a very high honor for a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
But, not every movie needs it. A Goofy movie I think it's perfect on its own.
No, hey, entertainment is subjective.
Exactly. And
the reason this movie is a success is because so many people connected with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fathers, sons, I'm in no like position to comment on this, but like I guess the African American community really loves this movie. That's what I learned from the documentary.
I think that's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Hey, it just goes to show movies can connect with literally anybody in the world.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be and I'm sure there's people out there who don't watch any Goofy content other than this movie and still love it, and that's okay.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's people, younger kids who've probably never seen Goof Troop before, but they know a Goofy movie.
Oh my God, yeah. We didn't even touch on Goof Troop, really.
Yeah.
But it's weird because, like, when I was growing up, I never really saw the connection, even though they were trying to do a Goof Troop movie at first. I think this is a perfect movie for this podcast, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Of course.
We'll take a water break, and we'll go right to the next one.
All right, I'll be here.
Which will be probably in a few weeks for you folks. But thanks for coming back to another episode of Movies That Matter. Stay tuned, as I said, because John and I will be back soon to discuss the original Toy Story. Remember, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the show, you can reach me either at Gmail or Instagram at Movies That Matter Pod. Don't forget to like and follow. You can also be my friend on Letterboxd at Chris Loves Films. At this time, my last 5 watches were, believe it or not just a goofy movie, Toy Story, 2023's Boston Strangler, and The Emperor's New Groove. One of those is not like the other. Folks, the real world is scary. Don't forget to love each other. And when life gets too scary, immerse yourself in your favorite movie or piece of media. Don't worry about box office numbers or the critics' scores. As we've said many times, entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. Until next time, this has been Chris Flaherty with John Vias. Thank you for listening to Movies That Matter.